Hey, what is up, guys? Today I am putting together a compilation of all of spring of year one. We finished up spring in the last episode, and I figured I would make one video with all the days of spring. That way, if you missed anything or you're not interested in watching a complete series, you can still get an idea of what happened on each day. So I hope you enjoy this, and leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And we're just gonna go ahead and get into this. So I start by making up my character. My name is Hayden. My farm is named Fowler's Farm. My favorite thing is rats. I choose to have a dog. And I chose a forest farm since I thought it would be kind of fun and interesting because I haven't done a forest farm before. And I sat through the intro. I originally planned on reading the intro in the original video, but my audio got messed up. Day one starts as I meet Robin and Lewis, and I see Fowler's farm for the first time. I got to work clearing all the weeds off my farm, and I hoed out some plots to start my parsnip farm. Day two, I put in some more work cleaning up my farm, and I decided to try and meet as many people as I could, and I bought some seeds at Pierre's. Day 3, I try to clear all the rocks off my farm. Then I go to meet Willie and I did some ocean fishing. Day 4, I go out once again and I try meeting some more people, but then I get wrapped up in this mini game called Prairie King. I really like this game, and I spent about 10 minutes playing that, like IRL time. Day 5, I spent most of the day doing some ocean fishing, and then day 6 was a bigger day for us. Mayor Lewis tells us about this old abandoned community center and how the town doesn't really use it anymore, and he gives us a tour. Our hatred for Joja Mart begins here, and we decide that we're going to help the mayor. I saw some rats, or at least what I thought were some rats, and I was really excited about it, but the mayor didn't seem to see them. I spent some time fishing, and I ended up getting a pretty cool chest, and it gave me some rice shoots, and that was pretty awesome. I met George and Granny, and they were really sweet except for George. And I decided to go to the library to meet Gunther, and surprise, surprise, I ended up meeting Harvey while I was there too. Gunther tells me how his museum is boring and empty, and woe is me, it has nothing. And, I sympathize with the guy. I understand. Getting started is rough. So, me, being the awesome person that I am, decide I'm gonna help him and start donating anything that I find to the museum. I ended my day by doing some lake fishing and planting my rice shoots. Day 7, I woke up with a knock 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 on my door, and it was Clint. He was really sweet and gave me some extra blueprints to make a furnace. How nice of him. I decided to go meet the wizard and see what information he had for me about the community center. He's such a fun guy. We talked about these Junimo creatures and did some psychedelics together. And I had a really great time. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I gave Mayor Lewis a birthday gift and met the last people I needed to. I had to wait a little bit to meet Sebastian, but once I did, I decided to do some lake fishing to end off my night. Day 8, I go to Clint's and crack open some geodes, and go to the library to donate some items. Today was the day I decided to brave the mines, and I would say it went rather successfully. At least I didn't die yet. I closed out the night by trying out the pond in my farm, and I managed to get another chest with some more rice shoots and some cool stuff to donate. Day 9, I have my first big parsnip harvest, and I take a geode to Clint and I donate stuff to Gunther again. Leah asked for a Joja Cola to rub on her sore ear, and I question everything I know about medicine. I buy more parsnips and plant them, and then I spend the rest of my day mining. Day 10, I spent the entire day in the mines, and, nothing significant happens. Day 11, I try foraging a little, and I found Robin's axe. I return it to her and become her hero. I spend some time ocean fishing before it dawns on me that it's Vincent's birthday. So I dash to the saloon and pick him up a piping hot, fresh plate of spaghetti. I looked all over for this kid. I eventually found him and I couldn't get to him, so like a good person, I waited. And the little went to bed, so no spaghetti for him. George wants me to chase off some raccoons, and we find out that Linus gets his food from the trash. We swear our secrecy, and Gus catches him digging in the saloon trash and offers him some fresh food. What a good guy, that Gus. Day 12 I lost the footage for, but basically I went to the mines and almost died to a Junimo with a star on his head. Day 13 was the day of the egg festival. I had another big parsnip harvest and I headed to town. I bought some strawberry seeds and went around to socialize, and I found out that Pam had spiked the punch and Leah thought it was great. The egg hunt begins, and I use my skill from previous playthroughs to come out on top with 9 eggs. I won a dope hat, planted my seeds, and went to bed. Day 14, I went ocean fishing again and caught another chest with some bait and geodes in it. I went to the river to fish, but quickly ran out of inventory space. I go home and I clean out my stuff. I run around with a stick to give it to Leah, and when I find her, she really enjoys my stick. Day 15, the kiddos Jas and Vincent are playing by the sewers and get spooked, so me, the humble town hero, goes to check it out. But, dog, there's something creepy in there. I run around and do a bunch of salmonberry foraging, and make sure I give Linus one. I know he loves berries, and I basically did that all day long. Day 16, we find out Pierre's customers are backstabbing traitors, and my hatred for Joja Mart begins to burn with a fiery passion. I did a little bit of farm foraging and cleaning up. My farm is starting to look pretty clear. Day 17, I do a huge amount of salmonberry foraging, and Alex asks me if I want to toss a ball around with him, but he chickens out. Granny catches me digging in the trash, and I try to apologize to her by giving her a flower, and the wizard asked for a daffodil, so I promptly deliver one to him, and he thanks me generously. Day 18, I spend my morning doing some much needed storage organization, and then I head to the mines and make it all the way down to level 15. Day 19, I go and deliver a cauliflower to Jody for her yellow curry. The traveling trader was in town, so I bought a second rare seed and I gave Marnie a quartz and she was grateful. I spent a little time foraging and looking around for Leah. After not finding her, I decided to check the saloon and find her, and we spent some quality time together. Day 20, I have a nice harvest of cauliflower and I do some lake fishing, having had a laid back day. Day 21, I lost some footage and I made it up to you guys by showing you pictures of my pets. We had Appa, Kirby, Aang, Sokka, and Zuko. Rest in peace, Sokka. Day 22, I spend in the mines. I fought my way through an infestation and come out victorious. I finally reached level 20, and that was a big accomplishment for me because we're halfway done with that quest. And I ended up deciding to fish there for the rest of the day so I could get a ghost fish. Day 23, I also spent in the mines, and I bought an upgraded weapon from the Adventurers Guild. Day 24 was the day of the flower dance. I had a nice parsnip harvest and I made my way to the forest. I socialized with everyone and get the tea on, who likes who. And I begin to despise Elliot for trying to hit on my future wife. I happily watch Leah dance and I go to bed dreaming of her in a white dress. Day 25, I had a huge harvest of parsnips and strawberries and ended up with the 5 gold parsnips I needed for the community center. And I think I started my copper watering can upgrade. I can't really remember. I go crazy on the fishing today. I fished in the ocean for a while, the river, and then right at the end of the day, I decided to do some night fishing in the lake. Day 26, I wanted to prioritize filling out what I could of the community center. I first finished the spring foraging bundle, then the spring crops bundle, and I filled out the fish that I had and a few items from the boiler bundles. I was missing some fish from the lake bundles and Willie wanted me to catch some carps. So I did some lake fishing and I was able to catch everything I needed and turn the fish into the community center. Day 27, I go to the library bright and early and turn in a few items. Once Clint's opens up, I pay him to crack open 13 geodes for me, and I ended up going back to the library to make a large and hefty donation. I got an ancient seed, and I ran home to plant that bad boy. I spent a significant amount of time decorating my farm and preparing my plots for the next season. And I kind of accidentally killed my ancient seed, and I really hate myself for that one. Day 28, I do a little work on my farm and clear an area for my preserves jar. I handed off my axe to Clint to upgrade it for me, so I'll have that in a few days. I finally get my fiberglass fishing rod from Willie, and I give it a spin in the ocean. And I got a really awesome chest with iron and a magma geode. To celebrate the end of spring, I head to the saloon and say hi to some peeps, and for old time's sake, play a game of Prairie King. And that's where I leave this video off. Thank you so much for watching. This was all of spring year 1, and I can't wait to see you guys in summer. If you like this video, let me know by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe. What's your favorite season in Stardew Valley? I think mine is probably fall, honestly. I really like fall. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in summer. Bye!